So if a picture is worth 1,000 words, let's look at this map here of the United States. There's cannabis legislation pre-1900. Hemp was everywhere. It was part of the fabric of our great nation. Marijuana Tax Act, 1937, wiped off the map. But then slowly over time, here we had a little bit of hemp production, hemp for victory. How many of you have watched that YouTube video, Hemp for Victory? I know a couple of the diehards have. Write that down, Hemp for Victory. Go to YouTube and watch that. We used to grow hemp all over the country, certain places in particular, like Kentucky right there, where we're working, to grow hemp for the war effort. And this was sort of snuffed out. Then we look at 1950, early 1970s, all this prohibition. Then things started to change with decriminalization. By the 90s, look at what's happening to this map. It's like the obesity map of the United States of America. Look at us today. That is not going away. Medicine, as you heard today, and prevention are changing rapidly. Resistance to change is in great part the result of trying to do today's job with yesterday's tools, with yesterday's concepts. Today, we at Cannabist are fulfilling a need for effective, new, challenging, disruptive, safe alternatives. We all see what's happening with the hemp revolution. Look at it. We all agree that this emerging market holds immense promise for people in need, people who are in pain, people who can't turn it off in our ever-demanding society. In general, we feel more secure when we can see things that are visible for ourselves, even better when we can experience them for ourselves. I am living proof of that fact, and I invite you to do your own due diligence. Look around the room. This is the first ever hemp summit, and we had standing room only. Over the last few days, we have met the most wonderful people, people who make meaning, people who make the world a better place. You are all visionaries, or else you would not be here after supply side, after a long show, early in the morning. Now, this market is currently valued at $50 billion domestically, $200 billion worldwide. The demand exists. Now we, us collectively, every one of us, must fill that need. Every one of you has an invitation to visit us at Cannabist, to see our laboratory, to meet our people, each and every one of you. There are two things that you need to remember from today. Number one, that the hemp revolution is underway. And number two, when the most recognized medical doctor in our country is all in on CBD, so should you.
Our Dr. Sanjay Gupta. He made news last year. He changed his stance, and he's not backing down. In fact, in a new op-ed out tonight on CNN.com, he is doubling down.
I'm doubling down. I mean, I think that I've concluded that it's irresponsible, frankly, for the medical community not to be looking at this as a viable option. Look, we prescribe so many different medications for different things out there. I gave the example of a child who had epilepsy that was not treatable by modern medicine. She was on 7 different medications at one time or another, any of which could have been so toxic as to have caused a cardiac arrest. It didn't work. And then they tried this non-psychoactive CBD oil, this cannabis oil. It's not something that gets her high. It's not something that she smokes. It's an oil, and it relieved her of her seizures. CBD, Cannabidiol. Remember that name. Remember that name. Remember that name.
And these children that you spit on as they try to change their worlds are immune to your consultations. They're quite aware of what they're going through. Changes and face the strange. Changes. Don't tell them to grow up out of it. Changes and face the strange. Changes. Where's the shame you've left us up to her next to it? Time may change me, but you can't twist time.
Oh, we know that goes. All right, thank you very much, everybody. Thank you for your attention.